My nice story is not recorded. No, we start. No, I'm not starting again, but I'm going on. Okay, that can happen. Forgetting can happen. It's not that everything is now perfect. Getting warm can happen. Okay. I'm out of the story now. Out of the telling the story. Out of. Oh, so there in oh God, what was I saying? That's also strange that when there's talking and there's something else and just what's happened before, it's just gone. It's just not there anymore. And that can be a remembering sometimes, but a lot of times there's no remembering. There's just what is, and that what seems to be before, it's just not there. So there's only this. There's only this. There's talking. There's watching that computer. That's it. And there, I can say it again. There are no relationships. There are no relationships between me, between somebody else. There is no me, and there is also no somebody else. There can be bodies, and there can be speaking. It's speaking to you, and in the story, it's just going on. It's just going on like everybody when there's no me, and there can be talking about that. It's not saying that that you don't mention the word me or I. It's just talking normal, and there can be talking about anything. And then it's gone, and it's just not important. Nothing is important. That's also huge, that nothing is important. So everything is free. The whole structure of the you could say in the story, the character and the structure of that character is blossoming, because the whole survival system is about behaving right. And when that's gone, it's just going, and it can be anything. Just the character. Okay. If there's somebody wanted to say something or asking something, it will be recorded now. Sounds like a course in miracles. Okay. It's not the same. What I know from the Course of Miracles is that they are talking to someone, and that they give you a free will and starting to you to do things or don't do things. So I don't think it's the same. It's not the same message. A lot of people think it's the same message as Brian Katie or Sound of the Course of Miracles, or maybe some other people. But the difference, in a lot of times, the difference is that there's no talking to someone. So there's no need to change. There's real, and that people can talk about that. But change can happen or cannot happen, but there's no one. So who can do something? And people say, yeah, but you can change your thoughts, or maybe like that. Thoughts are just coming. They are just energy coming. There's no one managing the thoughts. It's just life thoughting, you could say. Thoughts have just no content. There can be a belief in the content, but then there's the belief in content. It's not wrong. There's nothing wrong. So there's no need for change. And that sounds really weird for the me, because the me wants to get rid of things, want to reach some goal or reaching know me, something like that. In this kind of, in the beginning maybe of your life, it seems like it's wanting to have money or power or things like that. When that's not there anymore, then there's maybe this non-dualistic thing. And then there seems that enlightenment or know me, that seems the lottery, winning the lottery. There is already no me. So there's no need for change. There is no need. It won't change. So if there's a me or there's no me, life is just going on. There's no difference. So it won't be better. It is not about life is going to be better. It has nothing to do with that. So in that sense, it sounds not really nice, because the me is always looking like for something better. And this is not about something better. It's just the same. It's just the same. And there's a lot of thinking. So what? That's not wrong. It's just what is.
Hi, Rosemary.
Hello. I'm going to... What? Oh, yeah. I see. Yeah. Hi.
It is the same, but it's different from where you are and I am. Even though there is no I, like you said, like all I want is just to get rid of the me, but it's already not there. I want to get rid of something that is already not there, but there is still the difference, because the contraction here is is tough.
But can also be contraction. It's not that when there's no me, there's no contraction anymore. That's the dream. I'm sorry. It's not getting rid of the contraction. It's not about that. There can be contraction. That can be going on or not. Or it can come back. It's not about that. Sorry?
Sorry. There is no me there. There is no me where I am now. There is a me. Even though I understand everything, and there's a lot of resonance, there is still a me, and there's reactions, and there is sometimes there is no time, but there is time, and it feels like there is space.
Yeah. But when there's a me, the me is the thinking there's something not right yet. That's the me. In fact, in very, very simple terms, that's the me. That's the only difference, that there's a belief, and it's not only in the mind, it's an embodied belief that there's something wrong, there's something not right yet. And that's so strong that that's the only difference. The rest is just the same. And that's not even a different, it's just different. It's not better. It seems like the me makes always time. Yeah, of course.
That's better there. It's better there.
Yeah, of course. But that's always, the me is always doing that. It's not only like maybe with me, but with everything. It's like other people have a better life, or this is better, or that's a better cue, or I don't know. It's always about that. That's the story of the me. It's always something better than this, or worse, because you can also have the other side around, that you feel better than other people or something like that. It's the same story. So there is no better. Better and worse are just in the story. It's just what is. When there's contraction, there's a feeling. Maybe the word contraction is already a story. It's just a feeling there. That's it. And maybe it's going, maybe it's lasting. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Because that's what's happening. It's it. And cannot be anything. It can be contraction and grief and joy and walking. Nothing going on. It's no better life.
Thank you. But would you say, well, it doesn't really matter what we say, we can say what we like. Because it seems like that there is a consequence, there is a process,
Yeah.
because there is time.
Yeah.
Would you say things are, because you said before that there is no connection between things. Somebody says something and the other person, but there is no relationship between things. It's all the one thing.
Yeah.
Would you say it's like a coincidence or a random or?
Yeah, that makes it more difficult because it's so, there is no relationship. So there's only talking and then there's a feeling. And when there's talking, somebody's talking to you, seems like, and then there's a feeling of anger, of pain, or something like that. Then it seems like, oh, it's because of what you said. That's so, yeah, it's where we are growing up with that. So that's the normal thing. And then we're trying to change other people, yourself, or circumstances, or anything. It's so normal and it's so embodied. So it's more than a belief. It's not only a belief. That's just a thin thing. You can understand maybe this, but there's something else so strongly embodied. So it seems so normal. And then hearing this can be like, huh? And sometimes there's something coming in, and sometimes it's getting more stressed after that. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because it's what is happening is already what is. So when there's talking like this, here is talking, and then it seems like, oh, there comes more stress. It's just stress. Then that's it. It's not wrong. It's not had nothing going on about that. It's just stress. So what? And stress has also a negative. How do I say? It seems like negative, but stress is just stress. It's just a feeling in the body. That's it. We're so into the story, the world, your life. It's only what's happening. A feeling. It's not my feeling. It's just feeling. That's it. Very tiny, simple thing.
Wow. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Rose.
Yeah.
Hello.
Wait, I can't. I will. Oh wait.
I think you maybe see me now.
Oh yeah, I can see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So when the me apparently collapsed, did the urge to do things also fall away? You know, the urge to make money or the urge to please people. Can you talk about that? Or is wanting something can appear anyway? Or what happened in the story of Rose after?
Now, in the beginning, I can say in the story, it was just going on because it was not. Yeah, in that moment, you could say, it was clear. Like, oh my God, everything was so clear, but that fell away. That was, and then it just went on. The thoughts went on because the brain was so used to analyze and to search. But then it did go on, but there was nothing picking it up in a way. And it feels like when you talk in the story, it seems like you're forgetting it, but it's not forgetting, it's just not going on. So the thoughts were coming and then they fell away. So I forgot that I was busy with that. So, but I wasn't aware that there was no me, or I wasn't sure. So the looking was still going on in a way, but it fell away. It was one moment and then it fell away again. And when there's no me, there's also no awareness. So I didn't notice that it wasn't going on. So when I was talking to other people, I was like, oh, hey, that's different. Oh no, I was forgetting. So after a while, it became more clear. Or when I was talking to Tony Parsons, that I was going for a long time to go to him to talk about this, because I thought, there's still some stress in the body. What I was talking to that other person, like there was still a contraction going on. So I thought, oh, there's still a me coming, it's coming back, or things like that. But there was just contraction, and there was nothing picking it up or trying to make a story of it. I tried, but I couldn't. I was trying to, in the beginning, I was trying to analyze, because it was so normal for me, and to make relations between what happened and what I felt and things like that. But it just didn't work. So it just the thoughts came up and they fell away, and I was already drinking coffee, or working in the garden. I was like, oh, I was trying to do that, but I totally forgot. So it's just like that. So, and then after a while, it didn't come up. No, it doesn't come up so much anymore. Sometimes it can come up. Sometimes it's still, when there's some stress in the body, there still can be that thought about, what did I do, or what did I eat, or something like that. And then, it's already gone, because it's just not that I know, oh, that has no meaning. It just doesn't work.
So it was not a special moment where suddenly everything disappeared, or it was not like, you can't relate to like it, that you were washing the dishes and then suddenly it was like you don't have a special moment where where walking in the park or meditating or
there was a moment.
Okay.
There was a moment in that sense. It was in the sauna. Okay. And I was just thinking, so go to the sauna. No, that's a joke. It was just thinking about anything. It was just a normal thinking about everything, what I always did. And then suddenly it stopped. I couldn't do it anymore. So, and then, the strange thing is, when I talk about this, it's just a remembering. So maybe the talking is always different, because the remembering is different. There is some remembering, but it's difficult to tell, because then it's what I remember now. It's like it was not special, and it was special in the same time. That's strange, because it was also very normal. In that sense, there was also a little moment of disappointment, because I was thinking,
Did you know about the concept of non-duality when that were in the sauna?
I know.
You had been to Tony's meetings.
In the Tony, but I had also a belief of a concept of how it should be, but it wasn't like that. It was so normal that there was a moment of disappointment, because there was it doesn't happen. So it was so clear, there's no change. It's just going on. There's just no change. And the change is that the whole story and the whole abstract thinking is still going to happen, because I know to write down and going to the shop and things like that. But the whole story about relating and analyzing, it's just not going on. But when that doesn't happen, you forget it was there, because it's just normal. It's not special. It's just nobody sees it. I thought everybody would see as kind of energy. No, it's not like that either. I had so many concepts about what it would look like, but it's just and that's it.
And now I'm always thinking about I have been programmed to think a lot about money and making money and doing business and all. So I'm just curious. Do you worry about money? How do you earn for a living now? Listen, how is it? Do you worry about it or
already? No, the money thing was already gone before, but it was I can't. No, no. There is nothing going on about money. No, and maybe there will be not much money. Then there's not much money. I don't care.
Yeah.
And maybe there can be like, I want to drink coffee, but I don't have the money. It can be a moment like that. Well, then it's gone again.
Yeah. Do you have a normal job except from this?
There's nothing to do with that.
No, you don't have a normal.
I don't have a normal. No.
No.
I do this. I don't do anything. No. It's
No.
just no. I'm a pensioner. I'm already old.
You have pension. Yeah.
Well,
That's great.
it has nothing to do with
Good
that.
for you.
But it's so. No, but it's not about that because but the money thing is what I was already before this happened. It's already like money is just energy. It has nothing to do with a solid thing. Then when you have a number on your bank account, you have enough, and then when that number is not there, you don't have it. It's just energy. So there's something else going on. I didn't know what, and I can't say how it works, but there's something else. It's not really about money. There is just something else going on. So money is not the most. It's not. Nothing is important. That's the same with other things. Some people have the money thing, or some relation thing that, like, when there's enough money, then I can more relax. And that's that. It's always like when I have that, then it's going better. And that the me will always do that, and that's an endless game. It's endless. It will never be peaceful or peace or at rest or something like that, because the search that's the stress. And the me, in a sense, can't see that this is it. It's just the money is just an abstract thinking, and it's just sitting here. That's everything. It's already finished. This is it. Lying there, listening to words. That's it. That's everything. And then talking. It's very tiny and simple. No story.
Yes, thank you, Rose.
Okay. You can ask any question. And it's about a story and things where you're busy with, then just say. It doesn't matter. It's not about good questions and intelligent questions. It can be anything where you're worried about or anything. Doesn't matter.
Hi again, Rose. It's Sherlock
Okay.
again.
I will try you. Oh yeah. Hi. Yeah.
Hi. The worry. I think a deep worry for me and many people is the worry of not being loved. The need to be loved, or and the worry of dying, of the death. Is that the most, you know, the worry of relationships dying, of money dying, or the body dying, or is it in the end the worry of death? Is that the cause of all worry? The underlying cause? Is it the worry of the ending of something, or the? Is it no?
Yeah, there can be any. It can be the fear of death. The me is very afraid of dying, because the me is a survivor. Is trying to survive. That's the whole system. I can do the chat like later, but when there's a whole system trying to survive and trying to survive in feeling good, and that can be the issue of money or relationship. Everybody seems to have a different thing about some different things about when it's about money or power, or it seems that like it's found there, or it's found in a relationship, or to have children. It seems like, oh, when I have that, then it will, when I have won the golden medal or something. It's amazing it's always somewhere else. It's always somewhere to go, and then it will, and then when you're there, oh, it can be for a moment or for a while, and then still there is it's not yet there's something. No, we have to work on that, or oh my God, it's always something. And that's the suffering, that it's always not good enough. The misunderstanding that it's not good enough, like this. And the me can't hear, this is it. It's so this. And it's also, love is also so, it's not unconditional. Love is in a certain way. To love me, or in a relationship, it has nothing to do with unconditional love. Unconditional love is just everything. It's just what is. That's everything. It can be like a feeling like this, or sitting alone in the room. I don't know. It can be anything. Love is not a feeling, or so. Unconditional love. It's not an emotion or a feeling. It's just everything. It's just what's happening. That I can't explain or say what it is. Like freedom. How can you say what is freedom? I can't say. That's the same, freedom or unconditional love. But at the same time, the simple thing is, it's just this. It's just the head to the coach, and the feeling, that feeling, that's it. It's so tiny and simple, and think, oh, but that's it already.
Yes, thanks.
Tony always says what you are longing for is what you are, but he says too, there is no one. So that seems very contradictory. Yeah, what you are. When Tony speaks, and that's the same here, there's answering a question also a lot of times. So when there's answering a question, there can be said anything. So when you then analyze what is said, there can be found some contradictions, but it's just in the talking. So what you are, when you say it's what you are, it's, of course, there is no you, so you can't say what you are. But sometimes in the talking, you can say things like that. But it's when you really can look strict to it, then it's not what you are. You are longing for, it's just what is. It's just what is. What's happening? What's the feeling in the body, or the moving of the lips, the smell. the talk, the walking. And it's even when there's a listening to the words and trying to understand, it's also just, and then it's also a story. Words are always, when there's a talking and you listen to the words, that it's already the story. It's not about the words, it's about something else. It's something else energetic happening, and that's, you can't say what it is, but that's the thing. The words seems to have a content, but it's not the truth. What I'm saying, it's not the truth. So don't take it home and analyze, because it has nothing to do with that. It's not about understanding. It doesn't matter if you understand. Maybe you don't understand anything, and there's still going on something else. There's some resonate, it resonates, something like that. So can be that, and it's more energetic, this message. Words can be explaining, can be making some things clear, but it's not about making clear. It can be nice, but it's just clear. That's it. There's still the whole story and the whole me going on then. So clear, it doesn't matter.
Hello, Rose.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
So,
oh, hi. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
So it's not the me that wakes up. You're speaking to something else. Yes.
Yeah, the me is not. No.
Yeah, the me is not. But that's the anticipation, isn't it? That I am going to wake up.
Yeah, yeah. Of course. That's the longing, like, I'm, and that will be a better life, of course, because there are no problems, things like that, and there will be freedom.
For me.
For me, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a puzzle conundrum.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
me, but me will not wake up.
No. And then it's like, oh, but everything is about me. Like, but if it's not about me, then, something stops. When this is heard, something stops. Like, you can't understand it anymore. Yeah.
There's a full stop, isn't there? There's a...
It can be moments like that, like, like some concepts, it's so normal to think, and suddenly there's something you can't do it, or you can't understand, or you can't, and then suddenly, and then it's going on again in a subtle other ways. Yeah.
So would you say that the mind is only useful to a point, and then it's something else?
Yeah, in fact, there is no mind also. There is just thoughts. It's just thoughts, and then can be practical thoughts, like it's that the brain do work. It's going to the shop or trying to buy, buying stuff to eat or something like that. Looking in your pocket and thinking, oh, there's money. Oh, no, I don't know. No, it's just normal what's going on, and it's just the same. It's just the same. That's not, when you see somebody walking there, you don't see the whole world in going on. It's just somebody there sitting. That's it. That's everything. Just sitting and doing scratching. That's it. That's scratching. That's a feeling. That's it. It's so simple. We're so used to all the abstract thinking, and it seems not abstract because you think, oh, abstract, that's political, things like that. But it's so quick. It's so, when there's a story, that's already the possibility, the ability of people to abstract things and give meaning and importance. There is no meaning. There is no meaning.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi again.
Hi.
Really, we can't understand this thing as an individual, as a separate individual, because it's just so different to what we imagine. Like you said, it's so different to what you imagined it would be or it could be. It's just something that always come to a point where there is contradiction, or it doesn't make sense, or it's just so not what we are experiencing as a separate individual, that we can't grasp it, because there isn't anyone. And you know, as long there is somebody there, which is not really there, but the feeling that there is someone,
Yeah.
we can't understand what this is, what the message is.
But the nice message, the good thing about this is you don't need to understand.
That's it. That's right.
You don't need anything. There's not needed anything to reach, or you don't need to reach this or understand or anything. It's already this. And you don't need to you think, oh, but I can't hear it. There's the mind and the me or the story is always about, oh, yeah, I can't this. Oh, oh no, okay. But it's already the moving of your head. Is it already? It's just that. It's not difficult. It's already that. So you can't learn it. You can't reach it. Of course not, because it's already this. It's already the moving of your head. You don't learn that. It's just what's happening. It's just, there's no one doing it. It's just moving of your head. It's just, that's why it's not difficult. It's just this. So it's so close you can't understand. It's too close. It's too normal. It's too simple in a sense. It's not. It's just life. It's just walking like that. Nothing more. Not a special feeling or a feeling of coming home or something like that. That's too difficult. It's just simple. It's also
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and especially like if you talk about things that are more difficult, what we say the bad things, you know, where there is violence, when there is abuse, when there is atomic bomb, and all this stuff.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Because when there's a me, the story is very real. Circumstances are very real. So what you hear around you, what you read in the papers, what you and the strange thing is there is no world. It's just the room where you sit. It's just that. That's everything. There's no outside. But that's for the human, the outside world. It seems so real. But it's the same as when there's a movie. When you look at a movie, you feel it's not the whole story. You see certain things only. They have some scenes, and then the brain is filling in things extra, and so you understand what's going on. And it's not sad, but you understand because your brain is filling in. That's what's happening in the story also. It's the same thing. There's a lot of filling in and thinking extra things with it, but it's just, I thought when I was going to New York, I thought I know New York a little bit. I only saw movies. It's just, yeah, it's just streets. There were streets, just, that's it. It's very simple. It's very, no world, no circumstances. It's just what's happening. Very tiny. So that's it.
I read a little, I just finished just a book about someone, but at the end they had a little story. It was about this man, he was dying. It's a real story. Anyway, he was telling the story about this wave in the ocean. Nothing to do with non-duality, just said the wave in the ocean, and it was going up and down and la-di-da and having jolly good time. And then the wave saw the other waves that are before him, and then he saw that they are all crashing. When they get to the shore, they're all crashing and disappear.
Yeah.
And then he freaked out, and then he got really worried. And then what is that? And then another wave came behind him.
Yeah.
And the other wave was really happy, and he said to him, "What are you happy? Look what's happening to all the waves. They're all crashing." And the young wave said to him, "You don't understand. You're just part of the ocean. You're just the ocean. You're not a wave. You are the ocean. You're part of the ocean." And it's very much, often actually used to say that this is just like, that life is like an ocean, and everything that arises is the ocean.
Yeah.
Just
Mm-hmm.
that everything that we come is just life, and that's what is happening.
Yeah. But when there are circumstances, it's a nice story. But when there are circumstances and they seems to hurt or seem to, then it's very difficult to talk about you are the ocean. Then you think, yeah, go on. But so it's more, in a way, it's more simple. It's when there's pain or stress, it's stress. And the survival system is always trying to get rid of certain feelings or to get away from it or things like that. That's the suffering. And when that's not going on, that survival system and that me, the stress will go on. They will be there. Of course, that's the same. But there's nothing trying to get rid of it or change it because it's not working anymore. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good one.
Mm.
Thanks.
So this is also about what is. And that sounds very simple and very like, oh, what can I do with that? But when there's a me, there's always a thinking, what can I do with that? Can it help me? Or can it, oh, it isn't clear for me, or things like that. And when they're said, it's just this, it's just not seeing the whole story. There is no story. There's only this. And this is the moving of your hand. There can be pain somewhere, or walking, everything. And it just goes on. That's life in any form. And there's nothing causing it. It's just what's happening like that. That's it. And it's already there. There is nothing needed. There's nothing needed to understand. There's nothing needed to reach. That you reach no me, or you let your me go, or something like that, or be more positive, or things like that. It's always all those that working on yourself. It's always about the belief there's something not right yet. And this is it. There is no right, there's no wrong. It's just this. And that's everything. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Nice.
Thank you.